Alright guys, I've got here pulled up the Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War Zombies Reveal trailer. So we're going to be taking a look at that, get my kind of impressions on what I think about the trailer, maybe try and break stuff down bit by bit. So without further ado, let's just jump into it. Let's see what we got.
Zombies. Who could have guessed that when the undead first appeared in Call of Duty World at War, that it would lead us here to today? From that moment, zombies sparked a love for fighting the undead, bringing its unique DNA to the Call of Duty experience. Whether you're playing solo or co-op, working to solve puzzles or unlock Easter eggs, facing wave after wave of the undead delivers fast, fun action with just one objective: survive. Black Ops Cold War sets the stage for a new zombies experience that not only celebrates our entire zombies heritage, but uses it as an inspiration to build a completely new chapter in our universe. Today, we'll cover the characters, the backstory, and weapons with members of the development team, some of whom have quite literally helped to build it one zombie at a time. But first, let's check out the worldwide premiere of our new Zombies gameplay trailer.
Alright, so this is the actual trailer. Let's see what we got.
What have you done?
Did you get the package? Watch it. Watch the tape.
What the hell is that?
A machine. It's happening again.
Requiem actual strike team is on the ground. Investigate the site. Contain the threat.
Roger. Moving.
Let's get the power on. What was that?
Sometimes I feel I've got to run away, I've got to get away.
Strike team, report. What the hell just happened?
Take my tears and that's not nearly all.
Let's go!
Push him back!
Tainted love.
You want this?
Roll the sentry!
That was the Hellhound sound. I heard that. It's interesting that you got a sentry gun. Perk in the background right there. Is that? That's the wonder weapon, obviously. Yeah. So those are the new Hellhounds. You can hear the Hellhound sounds.
Keep pushing! Take the high ground!
We can't hold them off any longer!
Help is on the
Oh,
way.
you get to call in kill streaks? That's actually sick. That's pretty nice.
Shit, did you see that?
Hey, the ray gun. Alright, that's interesting. That's very interesting. Yeah, of
Back the
course.
fuck off! You can't kill me!
Oh, and you get woods. So, my thoughts right there is that it looks like either you're going to get campaign characters or it's just going to be, you know, kind of like in how World War II had, you could choose the character you are. So you could be like the 4 main story characters, or you could unlock additional characters. Like, I think you could unlock the general guy, or just like some unnamed soldiers or whatever. So that's at least my impression from that trailer, from the first playthrough. But we'll see what they have to say about it right here. Bye.
After so many journeys, so many chapters, with Black Ops Cold War, we're starting fresh, embarking on a completely different story within our universe.
We've got a new story led by different characters. We've got new ways to play, anchored by new ways of progressing. We've got a different time period. Cold War Zombies wasn't just our opportunity to open up a different chapter.
It was our opportunity to elevate the entire zombies experience. It's a chapter we call Die Machine.
Okay.
As we set out to build something completely new, we were inspired to pay homage to zombies' undead roots, to celebrate our origin with one of our most familiar and signature locations.
Nach der
Yep,
Toten.
there it is.
We finished a story, but we're still in that same universe, and this is the next chapter.
The very end of Black Ops 4, our characters sacrificed themselves to collapse the multiverse and try and create a singular world where zombies didn't exist. And they were half right.
This is a Cold War story, and it will be driven by a diverse group of organizations and characters. Players are part of Requiem, a CIA-backed international response team led by Weaver, a Russian-American who will be familiar to Black Ops fans.
Hell yeah.
By the time you arrive on the hunt for answers, Die Machina will have been ravaged by time. On the surface, you'll see a boarded-up bunker, but below the surface lies a nefarious set of decades-old secrets primed to upset the global order.
The players will find themselves at odds with a team of Soviet-led rivals known as Omega Group, who are just as interested in studying and harnessing the power of the unexplained anomalies manifesting around the globe.
So basically the new group 935. Okay, cool.
In these two warring groups, they'll encounter characters with unknown agendas who operate in the field, delivering insights and intel on this new world's fiction.
The intel you receive and recover is a huge component of our storytelling in Cold War. And for the first time, an innovative new intel system will make content accessible on demand anytime.
There's a lot to uncover.
So, Intel, is this just the new radios? I didn't quite understand that, but we'll keep watching. We'll keep watching.
No one's ever seen before. Let's get into the gameplay.
Here we go.
That starts with delivering all your favorite elements. Relentless round-based action, the Pack-a-Punch machine,
Pack-a-Punch.
power-up drops, the mystery box, along with the return of some of our classic perks.
Okay.
We've also taken a fresh eye to the core gameplay loop to let you drop in and have fun faster than ever.
The gameplay is classic, but it's going to be tonally quite fresh. You'll find our updates this year have focused on one thing above all, embracing what makes zombies so much fun.
That starts with progression. This year, we've unified progression and loadouts across all of Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. That means wherever you play across multiplayer zombies, your global rank and weapons level stays connected.
Okay, so that's huge. That's the same thing I believe that Infinity Ward had, where it's like you could just use the zombies in you could use the guns and zombies, and then in multiplayer, you could have all these attachments unlocked, and vice versa. So that's nice. So that way, if it's like, oh, I'm playing zombies a lot, oh, I want to play some multiplayer, or I've been playing a lot of multiplayer, unlocking camos, then it just transfers over. And maybe this also means that the camo system is like Black Ops 3 instead of Black Ops 4, where it's like you do these mastery challenges in multiplayer, and it carries over to zombies. That would be nice. Because I hated the fact that I completed Dark Matter for Black Ops 4 multiplayer, and then you don't get that in zombies until you complete all the zombies challenges, which is... I hope that's what they're doing here.
You'll be unlocking weapons and equipment, score streaks that will be usable across the entirety of the game. No more starting with a pistol. Bring in your AR, your SMG, whatever you're feeling.
Sorry, no more starting with the pistol? This is starting pistol. That's like the defining... Okay, it's fine. You know, I'm okay with that. It'll be interesting to see how the weapon you bring in, how its effectiveness changes over the course of the rounds. Because obviously if you're bringing in like the FAMAS or whatever, like, or the M16, because we all know the M16 is going to be in the game. You bring in the M16, how does its effectiveness diminish over the rounds? Because on the wall in like Black Ops 1, it's not too great. You know, it becomes weak pretty quickly, as a lot of the wall guns do. So that'll be interesting. That'll be interesting.
And with all weapons boasting rarity with power levels, you can continue to increase your gun's damage potential however you choose. Every gun has a path to become an uber weapon.
That's nice. That is a good way of doing it. Have every weapon have ways to upgrade your weapons throughout the game. I think that's a good move.
You'll have a lethal, tactical, and support slot. Not only can you craft, pick up, or find equipment and support in zombies, but you can now use them in combination, which delivers some insanely fun moments.
Traditionally in zombies, the only way out was death. A new exfil system solves this.
If things get tense and the squad is in trouble, you have the option to exfil to a chopper and earn some rewards. But only if you can survive a few more rounds of zombie spawns dialed up to 11.
This is shaping up to be our most epic zombies experience ever.
For the first time, post-launch content is going to be free.
Yeah, that's
As new
nice.
maps come
That's
out,
nice.
everyone's going to be able to come along for the journey as we take them through this storyline.
Lastly, canon is canon. And we've put a story to rest, but as you comb through this new universe, don't be surprised if some things don't want to stay dead.
This is the most connected and robust zombies experience in history. It also delivers a first for zombies, a fully cross-play experience with progression systems that tie zombies to the battle pass. We're dropping free post-launch zombies content to the community for the first time as well. We're honored to have you with us on this journey. We're glad that you could join us for today's first look.
All right, it looks promising. It looks good. We'll have to see how it is in November, though. I'm optimistic, but you know, who knows what happens. I was very optimistic about Black Ops 4, and we all know how that turned out. Doesn't look like we get anything right here at the end, so we're gonna jump back to the beginning. We'll mute it this. Actually, we won't mute it. We'll kind of look at things that I see. Did not mean to do that. So yeah, pack-a-punch weapons, obviously right there. Just kind of going frame by frame, seeing what's going on. I don't know what that blue thing is. I don't know if that's some kind of like Matryoshka doll equipment. That would be interesting. That would be an interesting addition right there. So obviously we got player running through a hallway. That laser, I believe, is the sentry gun, which was shown earlier. So that'll be cool. Maybe like Scorestreaks act like traps? I don't know. That will be interesting.
What the hell is that?
So, obviously this has very much Ascension vibes, being that, you know, the setting, and kind of like this giant machine in the middle, kind of like the Spawn and Ascension. That'll be interesting.
Requiem actual strike team is
So,
on.
the players are part of Requiem, and so we can see the characters appear to be the same playable characters that were in multiplayer, or at least the alpha gameplay. So it doesn't look like we'll be getting necessarily unique characters, or they just haven't revealed the actual characters yet. So that's something to take a look at.
On the ground.
Alright. I'm not entirely sure what this flashlight is. So obviously this is part of Nocturne Totem with the pillars. Maybe certain weapons, maybe this is like an attachment you can put for weapons, where it's like instead of having like aiming down sight fully, you have like a tactical flashlight or something. I'm not entirely sure what to make of this. But we will see. So obviously this is a shot of a character. Not too much going on here. Just looks like they have the XM4 in their hands. Yep. I think it might just be a cinematic view, because like I don't see any advantage to not being able to fully aim down sight, especially when you have a red dot equipped to your weapon. So this is obviously gameplay. Yeah. So mystery box spawn.
What was that?
We get a decent look at the zombie design. It's kind of got I'm not sure how to place it, because the barbed wire is obviously very reminiscent of Mob and Blood. I think the zombie design actually kind of does look a bit like Black Ops 3. I would say most like Black Ops 3. This main area looks a lot like Ascension. And I think we see later that the Pack-a-Punch spawns in this little oil slick right there. So that's interesting. So definitely Black Ops 3 zombie type vibes.
Let's go!
Push him back!
So this equipment, so you shock the ground, right? You shock the ground and it kind of creates like a Gersh device, except instead of sucking zombies in, it produces this burst of electricity. You hear the hellhound sound there.
Drop the sentry!
Yeah, like they said, score streaks. I'm assuming this is a score streak that you just place down and it kills a bunch of zombies, but the zombies will attack it and destroy it if you do not protect it. This is some kind of special zombie which duplicates itself. It looks a lot like the poison catalyst zombies, so it's interesting. I didn't think the poison catalyst zombies were too annoying, so I'm not too bothered by this. I just hope that they don't spawn in as frequently as the catalyst zombies, because that would be annoying. This is a new perk. I want to see. Yeah, oh, it's Deadshot. Oh, I like that design. That's a good design for it. I think they're going for more like stylized designs of old perks. And this is one of the combined arms maps. So it looks like they're adapting the multiplayer maps into zombies. Which, I mean, is what they did with World at War and Black Ops 1. So I get it. You try to reuse as many assets as you possibly can when producing a game. Yep. Mystery box. This is the thunder gun of this game, I'm assuming. It looks like the jet gun. I thought they were going to have the jet gun, and I was like, oh shit, dude. They're reworking the jet gun, because you see this little dial here? He shoots it. The dial doesn't change, so it might not be a recharge thing. But he shoots it, it electrifies, and kills everything in its path. That's pretty cool. And then, of course, the new Hellhounds. Yep. It shares all the same sounds as the Hellhounds, so that makes sense. And then War Machine, I'm assuming, is also a score streak and not just like a gun you can have out of the box. Because if score streaks are returning, then it would make sense that the War Machine is also a score streak you can use.
Keep pushing! Take the high ground!
We
What would
can't
be
hold them
interesting is you use score to buy stuff off walls, right? And you can see the jug machine here. I didn't even notice that. But you use score to purchase items in game, but you can use, like, let's say you have 10,000 points. Like, sure, you could pack a punch, buy jug, and buy like another perk or something. Or you could use that 10,000 points to call in a war machine. I think that would be interesting, and have like a cooldown on it, of course, so you can't just, spam it. But I think that would be a good way to implement always having something to spend points on. Just my take, though.
off any longer!
Yeah, we see the chopper.
Help is on the way.
That'll be cool.
Shit, did you see that?
That's Matryoshka dolls. That's definitely Matryoshka dolls now that I look at it.
Shit,
And then if we look closely, we can see a grenade pops out of there. See that blue thing on screen right here. And we see a grenade come out over here. So it's definitely Matryoshkas. It's Matryoshka dolls. Or some kind of new version of that. And of course we have Pack-a-Punch. Looks kind of different, but for obvious reasons. Looked like he had some kind of perk or something going on here. I want to see that again. Yeah, like he's blue. So I'm assuming that's kind of some perk Maybe it's the new perk that they showed, Elemental Soda or something. Elemental Pop. That could be it. We can't really glean much from the perk icon because it's just a perk bottle with like, it looks like a broken heart. But we'll see. I'm assuming that's it. But of course the ray gun returns. And this is like the Panzer of the map. We see wall guns return. Of course. I'm interested. Let's see what they have to say. Of course, Juggernaut.
Back the fuck off!
Woods is in the map. We got some weird stuff going on here as well. I'm not sure what to make of that. Because if this is like a nighttime, maybe does that mean that there's like day and night cycles in the map? That'll be interesting for sure. Yeah.
Back the fuck off! You can't kill me!
Yeah. We know.
After so many journeys,
To build something completely new, we were inspired
Yeah,
to pay
so
homage
could
to zombies'
provide-
undead roots.
That's... Oh yeah. So that might increase your damage, because that looks like a bullet going through a zombie's skull, actually, instead of a heart. Interesting.
Celebrate our origin
Who knows?
with one of
But
our most
it could also be fireworks. Because it's got, like, you know, the fireworks AAT. That would be pretty cool.
familiar and signature locations.
Nachtern.
Yeah, so they brought back Nocturne Totem. Cool. I mean, it'll be nice for measuring movement speeds, which I've been doing. But yeah, it's just kind of like, alright, include it as a little Easter egg, kind of like it was on Transit, but I'm not too bothered.
Totem. The very end of Black Ops 4, our characters sacrificed themselves to collapse the multiverse and try and create a singular world where zombies didn't exist. And they were half right.
So basically, what he says is, everything that happened in Black Ops 4, our characters killed themselves to save the universe, and they didn't do it right.
The intel you receive and recover is a huge component of our storytelling in Cold War. And for the first time, an innovative new intel system will make content accessible on demand anytime.
I wonder if it's like you find something in game and there's a separate intel menu where it's like you can kind of listen to it without the zombies around. That'll be interesting. I'm not entirely sure what they mean by that, but we'll see. Maybe it's like intel in campaign, right? Where it's like you find something, you don't get to see it right there in game, but once you exit the game, then you figure out what it is.
Free box, along with the return.
So yeah, they redesigned Speed Cola's machine. It looks like the logo's the same.
Embracing what makes zombies so much fun.
So I'm not sure. So this is obviously the Wonder Weapon, right? If we go back, it looks like it might be the same. Because it's the same gun.
With progression. This year, we've unified progression and loadouts across all of Call of Duty Black Ops.
Again, very good. Carryover attachments from multiplayer. Camos, hopefully, as well.
Cold War. That means wherever you play across multiplayer zombies, your global rank and weapons level stays connected. You'll be unlocking weapons and equipment, score streaks that will be usable across the entirety of the game. No more starting with a pistol.
Not sure how I feel about it. I think it's probably fine. It's not going to be something that people are like, oh my god, I can't believe it. It's going to be like, alright, cool. I start with the Galil. Sick.
Bring in your AR, your SMG, whatever you're feeling.
And with all weapons boasting rarity with power levels, you can continue to increase your gun's damage potential however you choose. Every gun has a path to become an uber weapon.
I'm not sure if they're teasing alternate ammo types here, or if it's actually like, oh, your damage can be increased, you know, obviously through Pack-a-Punch, maybe through a perk system, or maybe there's, you know, some way to upgrade your weapon otherwise. It'll be interesting. I hope it's not just the return of AATs. I think it would be fine if they just did that, but I really hope they come up with something that's maybe a bit more balanced and leaves a place for wonder weapons and a place for regular weapons as well.
You'll have a lethal, tactical, and support slot. Not only can you craft, pick up, or find equipment and support in zombies, but you can now use them in combination, which delivers
Yeah, so we saw right there. Let's scroll back.
zombies, but you can now...
So we see this guy pull out the same thing that we saw earlier, right? Which is this little spray bottle. But instead of shooting out like an electric ball that, you know, explodes, it shoots out some kind of shockwave of ice.
Traditionally in zombies, the only way out was death. Our new exfil system solves this.
Things get tense and the squad is in trouble, you have the option to exfil to a chopper and earn some rewards. But only if you can survive a few more rounds with zombie spawns dialed up to 11.
So an exfil system to earn extra rewards. It sounds interesting. Well, it really comes down to how it's implemented in gameplay. And what the rewards are. What kind of rewards do you get? Do you get like double XP tokens? Do you get more weapon XP or something? It'll be interesting to see how they implement that. That I'm kind of skeptical on, but we'll see. We'll see.
For the first time, post-launch content is going to be free.
That's huge. It's huge. Free zombies content. I look forward to it, man. I look forward to that.
As new maps come out, everyone's going to be able to come along for the journey as we take them through this storyline.
Lastly, canon is canon, and we've put a story to rest. But as you comb through this new universe, don't be surprised if some things don't want to stay dead.
So some things don't want to stay dead. I mean, obviously we see the perks return. We see Pack-a-Punch looks somewhat similar. I'm assuming this implies that some characters survived. If they're teasing the transit crew here, or Victus, I wouldn't be too disappointed, but we'll see. We'll see. There's not really much information going. I'm kind of just spitballing, so we'll see.
We're honored to have you with us on this journey. We're glad that you could join us for today's first look.
Alright, yeah. I mean, that's all I got, so we'll just have to wait and see until November 13th. Very cool.